If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, like, or comment on this post. Feel free to share it with whomever you feel to allow us to reach more audiences. Thank you.
This type of fleet almost constantly, I think there's maybe like 1 or 2 matches I've lost with them, and every other match has been just a total victory.
Say hello
Because you can't really do anything against this.
Yeah.
The point with this is that you can't match me on numbers. So either you need to have overwhelming quality, or you need to have to complete and utter tactical acuity over the battlefield.
Or debris mines.
No, because I can actually, with 90% accuracy, predict how they're going to deploy once they launch. So unless you're deploying them point blank, that's
actually typically what I do. I use them like an umbrella, more or less.
See, because here's the problem. That would work against this variant.
That variant, not any other one?
The other 2 variants would damage it, but not enough for me to stop me from getting my alpha strikes off.
Alpha strikes.
And
okay.
if I get my alpha strike off, you're usually done for.
Okay.
Then again, there's also Backbreaker, which takes hints of this and adds some other elements into the mix.
Is that another fleet you made? Do you name fleets like that?
Yeah, Unix knows Backbreaker very intimately.
What's this one called? What do you call this one?
This is Swarm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But yeah, just to give you an idea, 16k Backbreaker is 6 Argos filled to the brim with torpedoes, supported by 3 Hydra units.
Oh dear God, that does sound fun. That sounds very fun for you.
Yeah, so what we found out is that Unix, we actually ran a test where Unix had a Mercury that had he armored the front with a Solaria. If I lock the entire salvo on the ship and I hit the Mercury head on, even with extra armor, I kill it and still have half the salvo in flight.
Watch your animals, people. Squadron on.
That's the amount of torpedoes that kicks out every turn.
Set condition 1. This is not a drill.
See, I don't think you need those torpedoes, Unix. Activate jamming.
Yes, Commander.
Won't be the end of me. So I'm expecting some Mark 7s in there, which is fair. However, that's going to cost him on points. See, that's what I like about Cylon Air Wings. They're cheap.
They cost the same as Viper 2s, don't they?
Yes, but every Cylon ship's a carrier, and dedicated carriers are actually cheaper for the Cylons.
That's true.
Plus, I can, even if an Atlas fleet versus a Cerberus fleet, the Cerberus fleet wins out just because it has more, because it's cheaper and therefore can fit more Cerberuses into the fleet.
You mean fighters?
Yeah. Like,
because it's one more squadron per thing.
Yeah.
I've always thought the way that the Atlas was designed from like a game design perspective is incredibly stupid.
Check your solutions before engaging.
Action.
Oh no, 2 torpedoes.
Condition 1 throughout the ship.
First blood. Some Cylon died in that, I'm pretty sure. Maybe one of the ones that was repairing the hull on the outside.
Oh no, I took 5 armor damage. What a shame.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, I know, right?
However, will you recover? Alright, I'll be back in a second.
Unix, come play with me. It'll be fun, I promise. Mhm. Who does new Discord?
Hello.
Hello, comrade.
Is Unix alive?
Yes, Unix is alive.
He's thinking hard.
Don't do that. You'll blow up. You'll blow a fuel line.
He has about 24 problems right now.
24.
Yes.
I'm guessing he's playing against you, you war criminal.
It's never a war crime the first time. It's also never a war crime if it doesn't get reported because you leave no witnesses.
I'm on it, Commander.
Geneva? I didn't say no convention.
Yes, sir.
I prefer to consider it a checklist.
It ain't a war crime if nobody tells you it is.
Just like you're stealthy if you leave no witnesses. Run away from the pain. No way it's breaking down inside. See. Oh. Don't be the end of me.
So say we all.
Breaking down inside and bleed. Now I
Did you
see.
just bring a fighter spam?
Yep.
Who's the new one here?
The Scottish one.
I don't know the Scottish one by name.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Yeah.
This is just a 12k variant of my one of my 16k fleets. There we go. Problem solved.
Are we just a Dratus blip?
Here we go.
Squadron
Oh
is
my
taking
god.
fire.
Yeah, that's about what I expected from you.
Those Vipers are fucked.
To be fair, they're not my target. See, here's a question. Is they're not in range yet? Okay. Continue jamming efforts. Time to cause some chaos.
I assume that you're not going to use the same fleet against me.
Oh no, absolutely not. I've got other special funsies.
Yeah.
As in, you won't do that, or I should not expect you not to do that?
Yes.
I'll take the second one. Okay. Well, great.
Yeah. I made the mistake of playing against Joker more than once, and he just torpedoed me from halfway across the map, and I couldn't even get to him one time.
To be fair, you made the mistake of playing me in 16k. That's a particular kind of stupid.
Is that your specialty?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I play 16k fleets at 60 seconds.
Oh,
Those fleets are designed to macro.
gotcha.
To be fair, I also got some real stupid shit for 8k, which pisses people the fuck off.
New people, old people, or both?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he bullied me.
Well, I'm sure it was.
No,
I did manage to win once.
you bullied yourself.
To be fair, I did manage to win once against you.
True.
Or like, what, 2-3 matches?
And you don't want to ruin your 33% success rate?
I don't know.
So, now that you know what this, so the variants of this, right? There's this variant, which is just pure fighters and war drivers. There's one that is
Vespids?
pure Vespid bombers. And there's one that's nothing but heavy raiders. Because it gets real funny if you suddenly turn the fucking subsystems of every ship in the fleet off, and then just come in with this with fire control maxed out, and just sit there.
Pew pew.
Deploying countermeasures.
That was really funny. Unix encountered that one when he tried to fight me with 4 Mercuries.
Do you think you could win like a co-op fleet? Like the way the co-op fleets are operated against the AI, but like against you?
2 co-op fleets against one of mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my fleets are very specifically designed to do one of 2 things, whereas the enemy co-op fleets, yeah, so he's gonna win this one because he has...
Yes, Commander.
This is actually something decent, and he actually has fighter... Actually, no, wait. I might actually win this because he doesn't have he might not have the numbers here. So let's see how quickly we can make Vipers disappear.
Is that going to be the title of your game show? I'll take that as a no.
Mayhaps. I'm loving it. He's not, but I am. Yeah, this squadron is about to have a very, very unfortunate time.
Those poor Mark 7s.
Because this is also how I control my do my Vipers. I basically turn them into one large squadron and throw them at a target. I might lose 33% of them, but the sheer firepower will kill absolutely everything I throw them at. Let's see, you still have some torpedoes left. So I'm dealing with 6 Mark 7s and 2 Mark 2s. I can work with that. See, here's the thing, because Unix has been conditioned to not get anywhere near my fleet. I'm not too worried about those Mercuries.
And so you're taking advantage of that conditioning by just throwing your fighters at him?
Well, not only that, because here's the thing. If I can kill the fighters, at that point all I really have to do is strip the bottom armor on his ships.
True.
If he then kills my fighters, that's fine.
Are you sure the Cerberus can sink lower than the Mercury and Jupiter?
No, but he's starting at he's elevated high above me.
But he
And
could
he
run
need-
away for a long enough period of time to sink.
True, but here's the thing. for him to be effective against me, he needs to be above me. Is the thing.
Mercury's
I don't think
more of
so.
a firing solution downwards and forwards.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm aware, but they still have plenty of firepower forwards, and you have
Yeah, but-
enough guns on the Jupiter. You don't need to be above them.
True,
It's
but
just a
here's
nice
the thing.
thing.
This one can kill that Jupiter in about 2 turns flat.
Mm.
I'm not going to, because I'm going to take some damage here trying to take out his air wing, because... Not entirely a fucking suicide.
Those poor war drivers.
Acceptable casualties. Oh, look. Well, so 2
Some
turns
of you
to-
may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah, but that's the entire Silent premise. Just throw enough shit at the wall. You'll lose about half of it, but
There's still shit on the wall.
Half of it's still enough to melt a Battlestar.
go right. You know, it's really rude, Unix, that you keep throwing torpedoes at me. It's scratching my paint job. Could you cease?
Either confirm
Also,
or
I
deny.
think I have a line of fire here. I do have a relative line of fire here, so goody.
I like how I'm watching Joker commit war crimes against Mercury whilst I'm sitting here eating steak.
It's only a war crime if there are witnesses.
It's 10 in the morning and I'm eating steak watching war crimes.
To be fair, this isn't a war crime. My 16K fleets are a war crime. This is just a casual brawl.
No, you're just a walking war crime.
Not an incorrect statement. So, one of his Mark 7s is down to half health, which is great. So, because here's the observation, right? His fighters are better quality than mine, but every squadron he loses puts more of a dent in his than me losing one of mine.
If he has 1, 2, 3, 4, he has 8 squadrons, right?
Yeah.
You have 3 times the squadrons that he does.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, it's 4 times 8, which is 48. So that's 4 times the amount if you count the war drivers.
True, fair. The war drivers were just there to slow his squadrons down for the first 2 attacks, so I can.
Do you know if the effects stack, or is it just like if one war driver is jamming, then all of them are? If 2 war drivers are jamming,
it doesn't
does it have more?
stack, but I put them all to jamming anyway, because that way he has to go after my war drivers first.
He has to clear all of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the mobility debuff is fatal for Mark 7s. Because it brings them down to mobility of a Mark 2. And this amount of numbers against, even if he had brought these amount of numbers of Mark 2s, they'd get wrecked. The Mark 7 has the advantage in damage output and mobility. But with these war drivers, I'm taking that away for like 3-4 turns.
Okay.
I think this is the last turn that advantage will be yours.
Oh, yes. But that's all I need. So let's check the damage here. So that Mark 7 is being
War
damaged.
drives are still
That Mark 7 is dead. That Assault Raptor is getting fucked. And I still haven't lost any squadrons.
Apart from war drivers.
Yeah, but those are expendable.
I think it'd be cool if the Assault Raptor could launch missiles at fighter squadrons.
From the pain, my dying sun. Took a little bit of hull damage. That's okay. The server is expendable. No, that will clear. Those 2 missiles will clear a PCM, which is good. All right, let's see. Oh, and yeah. So he's already lost a Mark 7. He's going to lose a Mark 2 here. No, he's going to lose another Mark 7 because I focused that one. One of his Mark II is heavily damaged, and one of his Assault Raptor squadrons is almost dead.
You
Whereas
sound
I
very
have...
proud of yourself.
Well, to be fair, this is actually within acceptable. This is actually standard parameters. Not
I
too
believe
fast,
that.
but not too slow. So what we're going to do now is phase 2.
Hmm.
Because
You know what? It's acceptable. I'm doing surgery on a Battlestar.
why? What did that Battlestar ever do to you?
It wasn't good enough.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
You need a back surgery.
Yeah, I'm lengthening a Battlestar, and then also improving its
So say
armor.
we all.
I'm really confused about what you're talking about.
Space engineers.
Oh.
so
So say we all.
he currently has an additional problem. He can't recall his fighters.
I'm on it, Commander.
Because of the flak.
Well, not only that, if he does, my fighters will basically get a straight shot at his squadrons. So I might kill 1 or 2 before they even redock. Because in actual dogfight mode, they get a little bit extra maneuverability, which makes them hard to hit. But on final approach to ship, they fly in a straight line, which makes them easier to shoot down.
Neom.
And on top of that, because his flak is currently up, can't fire. Well, he couldn't fire anyway, but... Let's see, what do you, Solo?
I'm on it,
Yeah.
Commander. Friendly squadron is dark.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there we go. First squadron lost. Alright, let's see. Oh, that one's getting railed, so let's keep going.
What the fuck are you?
2 squadrons. That's basically 3 squadrons down. So 3 fighter squadrons, 1 assault raptor squadron down in exchange for
Is that weapons?
my war drivers and 1 squadron. What do you mean? Some of the ships. Oh, it's you again. Okay, well.
I'm sure you could take the casualties.
That is weapons core.
That
What
will
the
do.
fuck?
Yeah, so I have 2 squadrons that I'm very certain that I'm about to going to lose. But I'm pretty sure I can take out another Mark 7 this turn, so... So, yeah, if I can spread the damage, I'm pretty sure I can deal with those torpedoes. What is he carrying? Oh, that's guided missiles, that's fine.
Wow.
See, right now, he's doing the smart thing. He's beginning to up-armor the top of his ships.
Friendly squadron is dark.
It's sad day for the modded space engineers community.
Well,
What happened?
The original weapons core mod has been removed from the workshop. The most popular, like, modded weapon system.
Was there a good reason?
It changed hands, and they've just taken down the original mod.
Huh.
But someone else now runs it, and it's on a different workshop page. So I'm just going to update all my worlds that have weapons core on it. Yay!
Alright, so one Mercury only has one squadron left. The
At least
Jupiter
my
has
Valkyrie
lost.
intact.
The Jupiter has lost both its Mark IIs. Yeah, so I have air supremacy at this point. Switch that around. Switch that into.
You know, I'm surprised how little people talked about how ridiculously OP Vipers were in the show.
So say we all.
Like the pilots just got so good at it that most of the time nobody would die.
I mean, for story writing purposes, it makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, in universe, like the Cylons must have shit themselves going up against the Viper pilots.
That's
Well,
probably
that's
what they were
that's
programmed to feel fear,
That's assuming they have battles.
and that they can feel fear.
Plating is taking a pounding, sir.
Who knows? Maybe Scar did.
Friendly squadron is dark.
Okay.
Maybe.
One Mercury empty, one Mercury has one squadron left. Yeah. So he has one combat viable squadron left. And
I think
after that, I
Scar
start strafing.
was only as good as he was because of like the volume of data he was allowed to intake.
Yeah.
Like if you really think about it, most of the raiders they were fighting probably only ever fought disabled Vipers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So I don't think it makes that much nonsense. Like it's definitely plot convenience, but it's not egregious.
I'm on it, Commander.
Either that or the raiders just fought against each other. Because the raiders could resurrect.
Do you like how much attention did you really pay to like how many casualties they were taking? The Viper pilots, I mean. Like per engagement.
I didn't count every single Viper that I saw explode.
Can you
But
estimate?
I mean, it was sort of like a curve, decreasing over time all the way up to the colony battle.
Okay.
Apart from whenever Scar was around.
Yeah, that would definitely be a fucking peak there.
Yeah,
Like,
it would be a bloody mountain.
It would peak at the attack on the colony, the original attack on the colonies. Then it would slowly begin decreasing again sharply, go up again for the battle over New Caprica.
Yeah.
Shallow out again, and then go up again at the final colony battle.
Do you think the Viper pilots were like especially what's the word? Discriminated against on New Caprica? Like the ones that ended up settling?
Might have been,
I don't
I'm not sure.
Might have been an interesting plot point to explore.
What the fuck
I honestly
happened
haven't
to
finished the TV
Starbuck,
show.
though? She just kind of went Delula.
Yes, sir.
Wasn't she one of the
Starbuck just
Cylons?
lost it.
I'd like everyone's attention to go to this last remaining Mark 7 squadron.
Alright. I think they're gonna kill all the other ones.
That's gonna be so sad to see it on the replay. This is one squadron.
Suddenly Starbuck mode goes on and all my fighters disappear.
Also,
I mean, at this
Starbuck
point, I
was
don't
an
even-
angel, wasn't she?
It's hinted, it's never outright said.
Well, she becomes an angel at one point. When she, like, dies in the storm. And then, you know, that... Oh, I can't remember what model it is, but, like, that one Cylon gets a hard-on for her.
You're all done now? Go.
Yes, sir.
What are we looking at?
One little assault raptor squadron hiding.
That's Boomer. Boomer just went, nah, I'm good, Chief.
Oh, yeah, Boomer. The traitor, was she not?
Up for debate.
To be fair, I would be kind of pissed off as well if all my friends just ditched me.
Yeah, fair.
I think blowing up the water tank is reasonable. Sorry. I think it's reasonable for them to hate her after she blew up the water tank.
Yeah, but that's because she was a sleeper agent.
I mean, still think it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
even if that individual feels shitty, like, they still did it. Even if they were a sleeper agent, they're still dangerous. Shouldn't be around them.
I'm on it, Commander.
Do you think it's better to build fleets that are like jack of all trades, or just like one fleet that does like a very, very specific thing well?
See,
Jack of all trades, master of none.
it depends on who you're playing, because you can be a jack of all trades as Colonial. You cannot do that as Asylum. I mean, you can. The problem is, if you do that as Asylum, you lose. You basically lose out on everything.
But I feel like you can pick like two things to like have a really good.
Oh, yeah,
usually
no,
like
that's
okay.
Like this fleet is not a good example of that. But for example, my backbreaker fleet is both a fighter heavy and a munitions heavy fleet.
Okay.
My personal opinion, you shouldn't be trying to do gunplay with Silence anyway.
Unless you're playing on the lower.
Yeah,
stuff.
4 to 8k that will work. If you go above 8k, at that point it doesn't work.
I still think like the Cerastes is a useful force multiplier, regardless of.
Well, to be fair, I have an 8k fleet as 1 modern Battlestar and 9 Cerastes, and I can.
Oh,
kill...
that sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, it's really funny because I can just. It's an armor stripper.
Easy to crack.
Is that the one that you launched like 30 nukes at me with?
No, Cerastes don't have any munitions. Cerastes is just
what was
gun.
that then? No, you were throwing nukes.
That's Phobos.
I managed to win.
That's 9 Phobos with cluster nukes.
Yeah, and I somehow just barely managed to like escape with 1 Jupiter 2.
To be fair, that's a meme fleet that isn't really designed to win. It's just because it's funny.
You took out a Jupiter 2, a Mercury.
So I'm going to quickly point out, if you look at my stream, this is 1 strafing run.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the main reason why you do not want me to get anywhere near air superiority over a fleet, because if I do, you're done.
Well, I mean, if you do, it's probably because that was by design.
True. But my thing is, what he could have done better is kept his fighters closer to his fleet and tried to basically move his fighters basically to pull my fighters into his flag field.
I would have boosted the Battlestars away and then turned the flak off and used their point defense.
Yes, but point defense against this volume of fighters is not nearly as effective as you think it would be.
Well, it's not like they can miss, right?
No, they actually can at this range.
Yeah.
That's why, like, if his fighter was here, right, and I was engaging, he would have to pull it down through the flag field. My fighters would, because Cylon fighters are dumb, they would follow and go through the flag field.
Well, wouldn't the Colonial fighters take just as much damage as the Cylon fighters?
No, because the Colonial fighters are actually coded to avoid the flag field.
Yeah.
Cylon fighters will fly in a straight line.
Oh, I get what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you give Viper Squadron a direct order to fly through a flag field, they'll fly around it rather than...
It will attempt to avoid it as best as possible.
Okay, that makes sense. I always assumed that they were like too dumb and they just fly right through it. That's why.
Originally they were, but people complained about it, and then went like, "Why are my fighters going into my own flag field? They'd be smart enough to avoid it." Alright, well, seeing as he's in weapons range, lock weapons. And I am now in a position where I can't be hit by his flag field here. So, making a hard dive.
Got it.
But at this point, it's a time game. Can he kill me before I can rend his fucking battlestars asunder?
Return to sender.
Going to launch another set because that will.
So say we all.
Oh, my navigation is up. Oh well, that's fine. This thing didn't need navigation anyway. So yeah, I'm firing in his left and bottom arcs. So
Yes, sir.
accuracy is to 125%. Okay, lock it in.
Yes, Commander.
Oh look, his little assault raptors made it to my fleet.
Bet they won't make it back.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm not shooting him.
Yet.
No, I'm not going to, because
Oh.
I don't. At this point, that's not a threat to me. Worst that can do is strip armor. And here's the thing, he has limited amounts of munitions left. So he needs to get within gun range.
I think that's why the Mercuries are one of the Mercuries is turning.
I know. But here's the thing, this one's already getting shafted. And at that point, if this one wants to continue, he has to pull away from this one, which is presenting its rear quarter with its navigation to my fighters. So he can stay and try to nuke my fighters, or he can try to kill me.
It actually matters.
Yep.
Huh.
Hostile unit identified. I'm on it, Commander.
Yeah, here, look. One turn of firing, and I've basically disabled his left front and bottom armor facings.
And what has he done to you?
I mean, I think 2 of my Cerberuses have lost armor facings, and 1 has taken hull damage, but... At this point, I'm in a position that I want to be in, so... Because his Mercury is now trying to kill my fighters, so... The only Battlestar I have to deal with is the Jupiter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, navigation is back online. See, disable that. Full power into that. Try to use that to draw some fire. So that one's gonna fire this turn. Front can't be hit here. Front and rear can't be hit there. My ships are fine.
Yes, Commander.
Na, 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 na. Yeah, you see, I've been strafing the back and top, the rear and right side of that thing. Its navigation is hammered and its hangar is almost non-existent.
Ranger is taking.
I feel like the hanger part of that statement is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, true, but I mean. Alright, so now I'm going to make a dive attack again. Or, actually, I can... No. Oh well. I can work with that. Right, so that ranger is going to die this turn.
I'm debating on whether or not I should gut the Valkyrie I'm working on.
Do it.
Strip out its interior and rebuild it as my own style.
Can I see it? How big is it?
It's not 1-to-1, I don't think. I'm using an old blueprint off of the workshop,
What is it?
and I'm modifying. Like, I've updated the entire exterior hull by this point.
What's the scale?
I don't know. It's a few hundred meters long though. I need to upgrade the engine bays.
Yeah, it's supposed to be longer.
Rich man's world.
Yeah, the original
Stubby.
blueprint was very stubby. I've actually lengthened this a lot. It's probably 30% longer than it was before.
I think you need to make the portion where the pylons end and before the engines begin, like twice as long. Maybe not twice as long, but about a bit longer.
I'm going to be extending this back bit a bit more, I think.
Yeah.
And I'll make the engines longer, because I'm using a physical model to get the proportions a bit more.
I made a potential error, but we'll see how it goes.
I'll get the original blueprint I'm modifying this from. Gotta wait for all 40 gigabytes of the stuff to load.
I mean, really, if it holds, 10 Vipers, then
Oh yeah,
I guess it's to scale. Do you have launch tubes that work?
No.
Oh,
But they would normally go in the bottom of. They would normally go in the bottom of the flight pods on Valkyries. Like there's 3 flight tubes per flight pod that run lengthwise along here, but the scale is too small.
Later on, wherever he is.
Well, for the most part, it's actually kind of Space Engineers blocks are too big because the large grid is 2.5 meters by 2.5 meters by 2.5 meters. I could use small grid, but that would be laggy as fuck. Which are 0.5 meters cubed. The hull is a little hollow at the moment.
Okay, one Cerberus has gone down.
I haven't finished this part of the hull. I just took someone else's design and I'm like modifying it a lot.
I'm on it, Commander.
Is this design leaning more towards aesthetics or utilitarian design aspect?
I'm putting aesthetics on the outside, but it's also more functional than the old one. Like, that's the proportions of the old one.
Oh my god, that's ugly.
It's so stubby.
It's so stubby. Yeah, now that I see that, I can see why the one you made is much better. Yeah, like the head of the Valkyrie is meant to look like narrow and sharp, and that just looks dull.
Not to mention the flight pods are attached too far forward.
Really? Yeah, they are.
They're so far. Although it does work pretty well, even though it is a hollow design. But I've just taken this and I've been basically tearing it apart and modifying it a lot.
Do you play like actual battles?
Yeah.
What
Oh, yeah,
ship do you
like-
use? Like, what's your personal design for actual battles?
Me and one of my friends, we have designed like ships together. And the Condor is our most popular design by most, like by far. Because it's just a good fighter. It and the story behind its color scheme is the CAG of like a faction we were in a different server wanted it in Viper colors and it just kind of stuck.
That's nice.
So now we have this.
And that's your fighter? Do you not do, like, capital ship combat?
We've been working on capital ships.
Okay.
It's just good practice to do little ones. Like the Galahad.
Galachad.
Yeah, I called one of them the Galachad.
Target acquisition maintained.
How many hours do you have in space engineers?
3.6 thousand.
Goddamn.
There you go, the Galahad.
Huh.
This is it's based off of a design that my friend made before, but it's modernized.
That's a very friendly term for better.
Well, yeah, it is better, but like, he loves throwing dumb things like the walrus tusks. And then it's got like a little anglerfish light and the stupid face.
To intimidate your enemy.
Oh yeah, this thing flies like a motherfucker as well. It was originally designed as a destroyer for a different server. And it goes.
Huh. What's its armament?
It used to have missiles.
I'm on it, Commander.
Mostly
Used to.
missiles. It was like, yeah, different mod pack. It used to have hundreds of missiles, like not hundreds, like maybe 20 missile launchers across its hull. It was designed to sort of go in there, close range, because it's maneuverability.
Damage a
pretty much
cam before it gets
dogfight.
shot down.
Yeah, pretty much dogfight, and the thing is redundant as hell. You can lose this entire bow section, one of the entire nacelles, and it's still functional and combat effective.
Got it.
Huh. Good design, man.
Yeah. We call it his drunken genius, because he designed the original one when he was peshed as a fart.
Damage. Subsystem is back online.
To be fair, the original one was kind of square, but this one looks more like a butt plug.
Now that you say that, I can't get it out of my head.
And you just get rid of those spikes, and it's the flared bottom, the bump.
Yeah. Very phallic in nature.
What can I say? He's English. What the fuck happened to you? The thruster's just missing. The newer ones have an ability to launch a fighter as well.
A fighter?
Yeah. Because the inside is just densely packed armor, he strapped a little landing pad on the top, so a fighter can come along, resupply, and then take off again. Yeah, some things are not available in this world, whatever.
I mean, how functional is that really? Like, if that destroyer is in combat, it's not like it's going to be easy to land on.
Well, if you have the destroyer, like, retreat back from a battle and say your, I don't know, your carrier has been badly damaged or is busy repairing its wing, a fighter can come over quickly, land, and then take off again.
Might as well just have a ship dedicated to that support role then.
This fighter is completely fucked. Must have been pre-update to the thrusters. Get out of here. My variation of the Condor is much more aggressive. The Damascus class. Oh my god. Space Engineers is angry with me because I have 40 gigabytes of workshop content. Which is bigger than the actual game file.
The actual game file is 20, right?
It's like 20 to 30 with the DLCs. There it is, my variation of the fighter. An old version, but the new one's still a work in progress.
Seems that it likes to take advantage of the concept of leverage.
Huh?
Because you got the thrusters on the... Oh. Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
I call this the tip. But the one who designed the original Condor
Yes, sir.
calls this the penis head.
Deactivate navigation.
Its whole purpose is literally to ram into other fighters once you've run out of bullets.
Yes, sir.
Is that, like, more sluggish than the other ones, though? Because
Oh no, this one's got more powerful thrusters.
Oh.
This one is meant to be more expensive, but also more heavily armored. But it can do this.
Oh. That looks fun.
Oh shit, that's the wrong gyro. No wonder it's so slow.
Oh, that's slow?
The gyro is way too slow. There it is. Gyroscope. Turn you down. 25% is like the normal combat power for it. There we go.
So here's that. That's... Oh, okay. Both
Burns
enemy
through fuel
rangers are
pretty quick,
down.
though. Burns through fuel pretty quick.
Oh yeah, it's a fire. But also I forgot to put on the extended hydrogen tanks that this thing was. Like it would normally have 20 times this capacity.
Yes, sir.
I think his guns were also like set up so that they could fire for about a minute and a half, which is more than enough for a dogfight.
I mean, most World War II fighters only fired for like 40 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's actually less now, even with modern ones.
Well, modern ones don't get into...
Okay, that's my Medusa dead, so it's now 5 Cerberuses against a Mercury and a Jupiter.
The game is still going?
Yeah.
It's easy to dock as well because it has little docking thrusters.
Huh.
I just have 1 Mercury and 1 Jupiter to worry about.
Good fun.
Do you think you're gonna win?
I mean... The Jupiter is being focused by all the Cerberuses, and it's taken significant armor damage already. This one is going to die this turn, and then all my fighters are going to rush that Jupiter. So at that point, I'm expecting this one to die this turn. Jupiter dies in the next 2 turns.
You should lose 3 Cerberuses, I think.
That's a rough calculation I'm having here.
We're gonna hammer the pressure till they can't get back up.
Battlestar is taking damage.
I'm thinking how I'm going to have to do the engine pods. I think I'll shorten the front and then lengthen the back.
Okay, Jupiter bottom armor is down, so it's now fully exposed to the Cerberus' heavy guns.
There's a guy in the server that makes like blender stuff, and he might be able to make like a model for you, like a reference point.
I do Blender. I'm the one working for Mercury.
Right. That's you then.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay,
I've
yeah.
done
So
some fighter tests in Blender with models from Space Engineers, but good God, are they a pain in the ass.
Yeah. So who here, by the way, on a completely different topic, has ever played D&D?
Me.
I'm
So
thinking about playing it.
So you know how you roll 4d6 and then take away the lowest one, right?
Yeah.
So let me. I had to roll up a new character recently because our character died. Let me give you the result of the 4 dice together. 24, 21, 19, 19, 19, 16.
Nice.
What the fuck?
after like doing the subtraction of the dice and writing them in, this is what my stats are. Keep in mind, this is a ranger. 13 strength, 18 dex, 17 cons, 16 intelligence, 17 wisdom, 16 charisma.
What's con? Constitution?
Yeah.
And that's for what?
Level 3.
Oh,
Level 4.
no. I mean, like, what's that stat used to measure?
Health.
Okay.
And concentration on spells.
My man's just got a fucking Cylon over there. Intelligent.
I think this is the
strong.
most amount of people that have been in one voice chat while I'm...
Yo, why are there matches and I'm not pinged?
A repeller is.
Okay, there goes the Jupiter. So now it's 5 Cerberuses against the Mercury.
I guess you're gonna keep 4 of them servers. Is that like power core or something? What is that red stuff? Oh, thruster assembly.
That's meant to be thrusters, but for some reason their bodies disappeared.
Well, to be fair, there's also Solaria out there, but I'm about to bully that one with a full fighter sword. Okay.
Are those marshmallows cooking in Space Engineers?
I don't know why they look like metal marshmallows.
They're
not meant to.
motherfucker cooking up that new batch of marshmallows in his new spaceship.
I'm gonna quickly point out that the problem Unix has here, right? He needs to be above me, but that exposes his bottom arc to all the heavy guns, and I'm about to put the entire fighter swarm underneath his ship.
Yo, that's an amazing Battlestar.
Thank
Who
you
built
for
it?
sharing your
I'm
tactics in
using one
advance,
off of the
Joker.
workshop, and I am lengthening it and making it just look better in general.
So what was that, Unix?
Thank you for sharing your tactics in advance.
Well, here's the thing. There isn't really anything you can do about it. That is the thing.
It might be a Husker design.
Yeah.
Either you decrease your elevation and put yourself level with my Cerberuses, but my fighters will still beneath you and rip your ships apart. And you can't kill all my Cerberuses before my fighters kill you.
Okay.
So what? This will be 3 now.
So I heard my name. What was that?
We have 4 people here, and that means that we can do a short single elimination tournament.
Sure thing, I'm up for it.
They're giving us a hell of a storm, sir.
Okay, so how would the matchups work then?
Oh,
I don't know what you wanna... Yeah?
Unix.
Yeah.
I think I have found a candidate that might work for the title sequence.
Okay. Thank you.
To be fair, after this I'm hopping off because it's about lunchtime for me.
Yeah.
Godverdomme.
Hey,
Are you
gedraag je.
Norwegian?
Huh?
What language is that?
That was Dutch.
Dutch. Well, geographically speaking, I wasn't that far away.
Excuse me?
My boy.
Well, to be fair, a lot of European languages are similar because they come from the Germanic languages.
No, you did not just say that. You did not just say that. Spanish, Russian, Greek, and Norwegian have nothing in common.
The Germanic languages do, though.
Spanish, Russian, and Greek are not Germanic languages.
I didn't say they were.
But I said that they... Oh my...
Whoever just said that the Netherlands is close to like Norway, so we're about to fucking have an argument.
I said that, and they are.
No.
Geography
No,
class.
they are. I will pull up Google Maps right now.
In terms of American scale, they are, because continental Europe is only slightly larger than the United States of America.
I only know like 43
that-
of the states, dude.
That's true, but they also measure things in measures
Okay,
of
I guess-
corporate bailout per school shooting. So
No, that isn't. No, it's not corporate
No, they
bailout.
measure in washing machines, stupid.
Yeah, there you go.
Corporate bailout per
Or a
school
large
shooting.
boulder the size of a small boulder.
I guess they're pretty far apart. Is that like,
Yeah.
1,000 miles?
I don't know. We use kilometers here, like fucking civilized
I
people.
mean, I sailed from Norway to Scotland.
A kilometer is just shy half, or actually...
1.6 kilometers is a mile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's like
1.65
around
kilometers,
half. So just imagine half and add a little bit to it, or subtract a little bit to it, depending on what
My
you...
mind can't do that math. It's 3 in the morning, dude.
My guy, what are you doing up at 3 in the morning?
You
know,
question that after you figured out I'm an American.
But
clearly
don't you have
what
work?
clearly what he's
No, I work later.
clearly what he's doing up at being at 3 a.m. is not being asleep.
I believe the North Sea is about 400 nautical miles wide.
My boy, I don't even know what
At the
nautical
narrowest or widest point?
A nautical mile is only a bit longer than a normal mile.
At widest or shortest?
I don't know, from Norway to Scotland. I traveled 700 nautical miles when I traveled from Norway and Oslo to Aberdeen and then up to Shetland.
Funnily enough, I might be closer to you than I am right now, because I will be coming to Stockholm.
Syndrome.
Yeah.
No, forget. Stockholm Syndrome sitcom.
Is Stockholm Syndrome named after the city? Because
Yes.
I know it's like after a cult in the
I
city.
thought it was named after
It's
a person.
not after a cult per se. There was a bank robbery in the city of Stockholm where a policeman attempted to basically kill one of the robbers, but the robbers were not harsh to the captives in the bank. So basically one of the women in the bank that was a captive prevented the cop from shooting the robber. And that's where the entire story begins. Because they were quote-unquote kind and they quote-unquote didn't deserve it.
Okay, whoever guessed that I had would have 3 Cerberuses left, you were correct.
Aha. I'm a genius.
Oh yeah, what's
Okay.
even happening with that RP?
We're gonna finish out the season and then we're gonna oh, also look this, because this is the last ship he has left. And my fighters are burying them.
What season?
No,
I believe. They should all just go on their EVA suits and pull out their sidearms and start shooting at the raiders.
Probably not the worst idea, the Colonial.
They might get one.
I mean, in the simulator, Zadama killed a raider with a sidearm,
It's true.
which is still a fucking power move.
A new doctrine drop, boys.
To be fair, the FTL kill in Blood and Chrome is also fucking balling.
FTL kill.
Can't get back up.